What's up, everybody? Welcome to Let's Get Real. I am your host, Shark, joined by Spanish. Today is Friday, August 21st, and I'm saying that because we're live tonight. It's been a bumpy few weeks, Spanish. Good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you. Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here. I love you very much.
Love you. How you doing? You good? I told all the listeners when I was on live last, had some family stuff going on. Didn't get into details, but a lot of people were like, I'm on DM Spanish. Tell them I love them.
Yeah, well, it has been nice. I have been having some great conversations with people in the DMs. Mostly just people saying how funny my stories are on Instagram, which is fine.
They're the
because,
best.
Because I enjoy very much posting those things. They make me laugh so hard, man.
I'm going to do, so this is normally when I would say, hey, our phone number is 1-800-771-1025. The show, Let's Get Real. It's for you guys. This is a talk show for guys. Guys go through things. They don't have support. That's why we're here. Also, plug our YouTube at Let's Get Real Radio Show. If you're watching this, hit like, drop a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. But under the guise of self-promotion, if you're not following Spanish, at soul_Spanish on Instagram, because your stories, man, like, you've inspired me to be funnier with my stories.
Oh, dude, I love it. And I love that, this one woman said it the best. She's like, I've never watched somebody's stories and gone from laughing to crying to laughing again watching somebody's stuff. And I was like, thank you. That's all I want. That's all I want. I want to tap into those emotions.
Well, and I think it actually says something, how would I say this? It says something about you. Just that. Like, and it gets me so excited because I always watch your stories when I'm pooping. And whenever I open up Instagram and I see your thing at the top and I hit it and I see all the teeny little dashes, I'm like, oh, goody. Here comes 20 stories. But it's true. It's just like, here's like a meme that makes me laugh or makes me think or makes me remember me as a kid. And then there'll be a story about like some inspirational quote from Carl Jung.
Yeah.
And then I'll cry and then I'll laugh again. And it's just like, to know Spanish is to know that, like, that's life with Spanish. It's like a microcosm of who you are as a human being.
Yeah, 100%. My girlfriend she's 100% used to it now. She's 100% used to my moodiness. She makes me laugh every time when I get hungry. She's like, "You're such a moody bitch," and I'm like, "I really am a huge moody bitch when I get hungry." But she's always like, every time, because she's more of a TikTok than Instagram, but she's always like, you make me laugh more on Instagram than you do in real life. And I'm like, that all hurts, but also is very true. It is very true.
I don't know if I should like appreciate that or like be hurt by that.
No, she's amazing. She means it in jest. She's got a great sense of humor, which, if you're going to deal with me, you have to have a good sense of humor.
Yes, amen to that. As one of your closest friends, I would absolutely agree with that.
Are you right?
So, but it's fun though. It's fun.
Yeah, it's like every time you text me, you're like, are you ready to mess a dude's day up with our wisdom and our love? And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna bang dudes with my wisdom, with my wisdom junk. And you're like, no, that's not what I said whatsoever. I'm like, oh, that's what I heard. That's what I heard when you said that.
Somebody at some point is going to like steal your phone or my phone, and we're going to see these text messages all over the internet. And it's like, wait, guys, that's not what we meant. We were only kidding. It's just inside joke. That's all it is. Oh my gosh. Our phone number, 1-800-771-1025, as I kind of laid it out a little while ago. This show, Let's Get Real, that we do on Friday nights, it's really for you guys. And a couple of weeks ago, Spanish, when you were taking care of your family stuff, and I was live, it was great. But it was literally one of those things where we got a call about a dude dealing with a girlfriend who wanted to leave, or he wanted her to leave, but she wouldn't leave, and that was hard. Another dude with stage 4 cancer, that was equally hard. Another dude trying to help the dude with stage 4 cancer, and also helping the dude with the girlfriend who didn't want to leave. So it was cool. It was good community. And I just kind of sat back and facilitated the conversation. I was like, hey, y'all help each other out. I'm just going to sit over here and drink my coffee.
Yeah, that's so dope. Do we ever get? Did the guy whose wife tried to poison him ever call back?
No, he never did. He never did.
Boy.
It got a lot of hits on YouTube, so a lot of people were probably like, "Wow, that poor son of a bitch."
Dude, I mean, I was thinking about it. I told a couple of my friends, and my friends all. It was interesting because my friends who were married all said the same thing. They were like, "You're married for 20, 30 plus years. Like, I get trying to poison your spouse, but at the same time, what do you do? Like, what do you do? You got 30 years invested in somebody. You can't just leave because you may think your wife tried to poison you. And then when I was like, nah, like, she said, how does it feel? And they were all like, once I said that, they were like, oh yeah, you can't. That's a hard one to come back from.
Yeah, that takes probably more than therapy to come back from. How
Oh
does it
yeah.
feel?
Oh,
Yeah,
how does it
yeah.
feel?
Yeah, and it's funny because, just even in saying what I was saying a minute ago, and the caller from, I don't know, it's like 3 weeks ago that literally believed his wife tried to poison him, and I kind of with him, pretty sure she did.
Yeah.
It just speaks to the array of subjects, topics, whatever, and it's like whatever you guys want to talk about. And I said this when I was on last live, is we could be in the middle of something, because like I just like, if it's up to me in Spanish, we're going to talk about your future self talking to your present self, and quantum mechanics and outlook and laws of physics and how it affects our lives and the laws behind the laws, which is a book that Spanish is reading right now. And like, we will literally talk about that for 2 hours. So you can call and interrupt us and say, hey, my wife just tried to poison me.
Yeah,
And we'll be
100%.
like, okay, all right, let's switch gears.
I also wanted to talk to you about aliens because I used to be a firm believer in aliens, and then the government was like, aliens are real, and immediately I was like, oh yeah, aliens aren't real. I immediately no longer believe in aliens. As soon as the government was like, yeah, aliens are real, here are all the aliens, I was like, nope, it's all out the
Yeah.
window now.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing. I mean, this just speaks to my absolute antitrust in the government. But yeah, if they're saying it's real, then it's like, yeah, I tend to live in the I don't believe you when you speak United
Yeah.
States government.
100%.
And so if you're telling me aliens are real, maybe they're not. And that was kind of
Right.
that was kind of a deflating moment, because I remember seeing that too and having the same thought. I think aliens, though, I don't think they are what we think they are.
Agreed.
I don't think it's circular spaceship that comes down from the heavens and it's Independence Day or Close Encounters. I don't think it's that. I think it's something else. I think it's maybe future versions of humans, or maybe even past versions of humans. But I don't.
Yeah, I agree.
I think science fiction has led us to believe that it's little green men from other planets, and I tend to think it's something else. Like,
Well,
so if they're saying, hey, like, here's an object that flew through the sky and made a right turn, it's impossible and all that stuff. Okay, sure, whatever.
Yeah,
All right, you got it.
exactly. Yeah, dude.
I can literally take a picture on my phone that is crystal clear, and I have an old iPhone, and all you're giving me is grainy pictures. Like,
Come
really?
on. Come on.
With technology? Like, that's not real. Somebody photoshopped that. They use like ChatGPT to like, hey, make a grainy picture of a alien spacecraft, and we'll put it out on the internet and tell everybody aliens are real.
It's crazy. And one of the scientists that I was following before she disappeared, she was
of
working
course.
on she was working on CERN, and she said something really fascinating before she disappeared. And she said that what the grays that we know of that we think are aliens are actually humans from two different timelines from the future. And the reason they're so invested in what we're doing and why they're either trying to help or not help humanity is because our timeline, this one that we're on, is so fragile right now that one different change in trajectory could wipe both of their existences off of the timeline. So that's why we're seeing more and more of these, I don't even know what you call them, like them stepping in and changing things, like shutting down nuclear power plants and shutting down nuclear test sites, is because they're like, if you do this, we're going to exist no longer. So please stop. please stop. Yeah.
I'm watching. Did you ever see the movie or read the book It by Stephen King?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Big
so
fan.
we're watching Welcome to Derry,
Ooh.
which is it's basically the It prequel. It's really good. It's like really disturbing. I mean,
Okay.
come on, it's Stephen.
Yeah.
It's very disturbing. It's one of those few shows where I watch like 2 episodes. I'm like, yeah, I can't watch anymore. We're not binging this because it's like
And we're
I'm not
done.
really I'm not affected by scary movies, but this is just like, oh, this is a little disturbing. But it's like the storyline in it has a whole like government trying to find it type storyline in it, And I was thinking about this last night after I was like, got over my disturbing thoughts when we watched it. It's like, man, the government just has always got their hands in something, and they just know things that we don't know. So it wouldn't surprise me that like some high-end government officials like, here's an alien, but actually what it is two timelines from the future who are basically competing so that they stay alive and that we don't screw things up. Because I believe it. Like this feels like a fragile time.
100%.
Like this,
100%.
Like this, and again, we talk about, intention setting as individuals and how we shape our future. And I do believe all of that to be true, but you're kind of fighting against a collective here. You're fighting against sort of a collective mess, and it is fragile. And it's like, man, I'm just kind of keeping my fingers crossed that somebody doesn't trip and fall on a red button and suddenly we're all dead.
Yeah, well, it was interesting because the scientist posed it as, excuse me, the scientist posed it as the Greys are fully aware that we're at a crossroads right now where their whole technology is based on consciousness. That's how they fly their crafts. It's how they travel through space-time. It's all through consciousness. And they don't want the human collective consciousness to stay in this negative state, because the longer it stays in a negative state, the more their existence becomes not real. So they are trying to push more and more people to wake up, quote unquote, because the more awake they get, the closer we get to the technology that allows them to stay in existence for the next 100,000 years.
So that makes sense to me in a weird way. I wonder what what would it be that we need, other than the divisiveness and the things that we see on the news and the perpetuation of just negativity. But I wonder if there's core beliefs as humans that are just wrong. And I'm not saying religion is wrong, but I'm going to use that as an example because it's ubiquitous. What if it is wrong? I feel weird saying it because I just don't have any ground to say that on. And maybe maybe science is wrong, whatever, it doesn't matter. But it's Tanya and I were talking last night. We were talking about, just ever since Fauci pleaded the fifth 111 times, and a lot of people are just like, hey, wait a minute, maybe the vaccine wasn't a good idea. That there's just such a huge percentage of people who will never, quote unquote, wake up. And you kind of get it. It's they don't, they don't want to face the truth or face something that might be true or something that questions their existence. So I've heard people talk about, quote unquote, aliens and stuff and all that it would upend religion. I don't know. I mean, maybe it would, maybe it would. I have no idea. Mm-hmm. But what would happen, and would that be a bad thing or would it be a good thing? Because I do believe as humans, whether you call it your gut instinct or God, I don't know, but when you listen to that voice inside, as we've said many, many times, that's it. Do that thing, whether it's your future self talking to you or what, or it's Jesus. I don't really know. But when I think about that, it's okay, well, maybe we should all just wake up, understand consciousness, go in that direction, and maybe it'll be okay. But maybe in doing that, there are systems, medical science, religion, whatever, that would collapse. And again, don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I wonder if that would happen.
Yeah, I love that. I love that thought, that chain of thought, because everything to me seems to be an example or a lesson to learn, right? Notice the number of times he pleaded the fifth. It was 111, 111. Can't escape that. Yeah. That's crazy, right? So if you took that external example of, do you trust this major system now that's been in place to protect our health, and you turn that inward and you say, okay, well, what systems do I have that were meant to protect me, but now I no longer believe in them? How do I move on with my life? For me, it was my huge fear of abandonment and my love of living in chaotic systems, because that's what I grew up with. What happened to my life when I no longer fed into those systems? I did have a total internal collapse. I lost my identity. I lost who I thought I was, and I had to rebuild. And that's not an easy process, but if everybody kind of used those external things as an example of how to look inward and change things inwardly, that would kind of speed up this whole, awakening of humanity. And then on top of that, you can't have, I love this example of like, everybody couldn't wake up at the same time. That would truly collapse any system that we have, whether it's an earthly system or a conscious system. You need the opposites to exist at the same time, because our whole universe is based on duality. So you need a certain amount of people to remain asleep so that the others that are waking up have a sort of a mirror to look at and go, okay, well, if I'm no longer asleep and asleep looks like X, what does being awake look like? And then that's now the journey that you go on with yourself, and you move forward. And then as you go on that journey, you're now helping others around you who may have been asleep or are just waking up and don't know where to turn or what to do. And you can go, okay, well, I did this and this helped me. And then all of a sudden it sparks something in someone else, and they go, oh my God, that was what I was missing this whole time, was, whether it was nervous system regulation or seeing the generational trauma that I've been handed down for years. How do I change that? Okay, well, I can do this, this, and this. So it's very interesting once you get into all the nitty gritty, as they say.
Yeah, totally. Hey, our phone number, 1-800-771-1025. I'll say this again. Spanish and I will literally engage in this dialogue for 2 hours, and it'll make the blood flow to the cavernous regions of our...
The cockles?
Yes, because this is like, I love this. I could literally, this helps me sort my life out as I deal with my internal dialogue and my internal systems. So it's like, oh yeah, that's right. This is all just, we're all rentals, and this is just a matrix. But I do want to say again, if you are, whatever you got going on, I mean, even if you want to join in on this conversation, but whatever you got going on, we are here for you. And we are here for you to listen, to not be judgmental against anything that's going on, and to share what we feel comes up in the moment. That's why I'm not saying it's advice. It's just like, hey, you talk about it, you'll feel better. I'll say something, Spanish will say something, and you'll probably say, hey, I feel better. 1-800-771-1025 is our phone number. This is Let's Get Real on 1025 The Bone.